What is going on, guys? Thursday night showdown. We are here. I'm Hold the Door DFS at Fantasy Sports Insight, bringing you another edition of our showdown breakdown. And the reason I love showdowns is because there is an edge. There's less people playing it, less people who understand the value, how to build, how to use cash tactics. So take a listen. I will give you three of my favorite cash plays, two of my favorite values, and my fade. And I'm going to get right to the point. So I hopefully those of you that have been continuing to listen appreciate the shortened versions of these. I don't get too lengthy, but I do like to cover my grounds. Also, be on the lookout for a new bankroll video coming out very soon from myself, just on how I play cash games using some different advanced tactics. I do have a video out right now, but this is going to be kind of like an advanced video, and also just kind of like cleaning up and some of the things that we talked about in the first video. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do so. Let's get into the slate. We do have the LA Rams and the New England Patriots. So this COVID schedule is just crazy. We had Monday, Tuesday. I love it. It just gives me more chances to, bring you great content from our YouTube channel. But we do have, excuse me, in this game, we have the Rams coming in as a 5-point favorite. These teams are like the Rams go out and beat Arizona. And I don't know, it's just like, it just feels like there's not a lot of consistency. But as a Vikings fan, I prefer New England to win this game. So let's get into this slate. 44 over under. Feels like it's going to be a lower scoring game. Yeah, I do have a couple values that I really like. One that will be, I think, pretty popular, but let's go to the Ram side first. Jared Goff, 11,000. I think when you deal with, now obviously last game is probably going to be a lot different than this game in terms of throwing the ball 47 times. Okay. They're playing the Patriots unless they get down and they got to throw, but Patriots are going to try to slow the game down as much as possible. The opposite of what the Cardinals would do. I apologize. My shirt's kind of like glowy, but so Jared Goff, I think, will be one of the most popular plays in cash, just because of his floor and his ceiling. Now, I think you can capture similar. Some people take this take on it. Like if you take Kupp and Woods, you're probably capturing 60 to 70% of the volume. Where it goes wrong is when Gerald Everett catches a touchdown, or Reynolds, or rushing touchdowns. So actually more of just like touchdowns through the air that don't go to the two guys that you target. So in cash, I feel it's safer just to take Goff rather than going both the receivers. Now, I love both the receivers here. Again, Cooper Kupp, is always going to be the high target slot guy that, is going to get a lot of catches, but maybe not a ton of yards. But he has shown the ability to break off he gets good yards after catch, especially in the slot when he catches those short balls. Then we have Robert Woods here at 9,200, who's actually cheaper than Kupp by 400, which I actually like him more. The targets in the last 3 weeks are 38 targets, which is insane. Again, he's going to catch a lot of short balls too, a lot of jet sweeps, little screen passes too, but both of them have high enough target floors to be cash viable in the 9,000 range. The running back situation in LA is crazy. Like all of a sudden, Cam Akers gets 21 carries against Arizona. It feels like this happens almost the last 3 or 4 showdown slates. Okay, we have Gibson, who he got hurt. Benny Snell's supposed to get a lot of carries. They didn't really run the ball at all. Okay, J.K. Dobbins, 8,600. Every running back touches the ball 10 times. Whatever. Dobbins still played well, but you didn't get the 15 carries that you wanted. Okay, Cam Akers now up to 8,000 after coming off and 21 carries, 72-yard game with a touchdown. You know what? For me, I prefer getting up to Woods and Kupp. It just feels safer. And then you have Darrell Henderson, who had a touchdown on a long run, 38-yard run, had 2 catches. He at 7,400. I don't think I'm paying. I wouldn't. He's a fade for me, actually, completely. Reynolds, I think, has GPP value, but we've seen the target share go down. He had those weeks that were really good. I think it's too hard to predict. Higbee is okay. I just don't like. I prefer, if I'm going to do this, might as well go down to Gerald Everett for cheaper. But I don't really love the tight ends here for the Rams. Rams defense is in play at 4,400, but nothing great. Looks like Matt Gay is questionable. I assume he will be. Looks like he was downgraded. So maybe he will be out. If he's out, then we probably don't have a kicker for the Rams, because it looks like they elevated somebody from their practice squad that is not in the player pool. It would have been nice if it would have been like minimum price, but well, that kicker season is out of the picture for me for the Rams. But Gerald Everett is a decent value. Jefferson, has actually been fairly consistent lately, but 2,600. I don't know. I mean, I think he's decent, but nothing amazing. Malcolm Brown at 2,400. Again, really tough to predict. You go like 3-4 weeks ago, he's getting 10 carries, catching the ball a couple times. I think he's viable, but I think he's more GPP. That is about it for the Rams for me. So I think I'm just sticking to the passing game here. Probably, you could consider Akers, but I don't think you're going to be able to fit Goff plus a receiver plus Cam with that and feel comfortable about it. So Akers would be my running back of choice, but I'm probably, definitely fading Henderson Jr., probably picking my favorite receiver, which right now I think I like Woods over Kupp, especially for the discounted price, and then pair him with Goff. All right, let's go over to the New England side. Cam is officially listed as questionable, but we will just kind of, monitor that. Damian Harris obviously has come onto the scene a lot lately. I think we paid, what was that slate? I thought it was against the Jets. Yeah, the Jets, he was 10-2, and it's the lowest output. Oh, he had 4.7 against Arizona, but I think he's just really game scripted. If it gets slow and they can game script and he can get a touchdown, I think he's viable at 8,800. But again, I prefer probably one of the two Rams receivers over him. Cam Newton will be obviously a really popular cash option. Julian Edelman continues to be out, which kind of continues to open up other value for us. Jacoby Myers has kind of gone MIA lately. 6,800 feels cheap, but it's not a great matchup. Just like, I don't know, 6 targets, 3 targets. You go back where he was getting 10 and 14 targets. That's definitely a different spot. So GPP only for me for Myers. James White, on the other hand, I don't know, if you think the game script gets in a way that they're going to be throwing the ball a lot, he could pay off 6,400. I just still think he needs a touchdown probably. I don't think he's like in the McKissick situation where he could easily pile up like 8 to 10 catches here. Sony Michel, 4,800 GPP only for me. Patriots D, GPP, Nick Folk. Looks like he's questionable as well. I guess if he gives it a go, he would probably be somebody I would likely look to play at kicker, especially in a team like the Patriots, who just, they're more methodical, not as erratic on offense in terms of like just going for it all the time. Belichick wants his points. So here's where you get into some value though. N'Keal Harry, 1,800. Last week he had 2 catches on 3 targets, and he did catch a touchdown. But I think the best value of the entire slate is Demary Bird right here. 3 targets last week he caught. I think he does, his value is game script dependent, but at 800, I mean, he's going to catch a few balls at least. And I just wanted to take a little bit quicker, like deeper research into this. And I don't have any premium account here at Football Outsiders, but I am able to see these 3 in their snap share. Demary Bird was on the field for 78% of the offensive snaps. So that in total, compared to N'Keal Harry, was on 50%. So you're going to get Bird for 1,000 cheaper, and he was on this field for almost a fourth more, 25% more. So I think you could also look at, I don't know how much Moncrief has been playing. Yeah, not much. Um, Izzo, tight end, he's viable too, probably. Like likely won't get zero, but I like Bird for sure as my best value on the slate. So again, I appreciate you listening. I think my three favorite cash plays are Goff, Cam Newton, and Robert Woods. My fade is Daryl Henderson Jr. And my two favorite values are, well, Bird for sure, and then Folk if he's playing, and then you can mix in Harry or Izzo. So thanks again for listening. Hope you continue to come back and check out our content at Fantasy Sports Insight. Be on the lookout for showdowns. When we hit playoffs, there'll be a showdown video for every playoff game. So make sure you are on the lookout for that and all of our other great content at FSI. Thanks.